Hello and welcome back to Bucket Drop once again. Did I forget to heal? I did forget to heal. Well, I didn't forget to heal, I just didn't go heal. I'm gonna go heal. Alright, so we know Surf. We got that last time. We've got a strong Kenyan warrior. We've got a cute little doggy that can't do shit. Oops. We've got a spark plug. And we're gonna go take on Morty. Well, we're gonna go take on Morty's gym. Gotta fight his trainers first. I'm gonna leave Kenny up top. We're gonna get him some extra experience. I think in one of these houses you get the item finder, but I'll get that after the gym. Alright, now there's a hidden path here, which in the remakes they made it so there's lights that go out. In this, you just had to guess. Now, they do give you a hint, but, you know, when you're a kid, you don't really understand what they're trying to say, but I know the path because I've played this so many times, obviously, but I've fallen in the pit to my death many times as a kid. Sage Ping. I think it's the first of the sage that wasn't named, like, Fred or something. The sages all had very non-sagely names back in Sprout Tower. And okay, so we're gonna only see the Ghastly line in here. That's another... I talked about how Generation 2 is my favorite, even though it has its flaws. That's one of the flaws. The new Pokemon, while a lot of them are cool, Heracross is my favorite Pokemon ever, for example. Some of them were a little underwhelming. Like... And another thing... Like... The gym leaders don't even use the new Pokemon, really. Like, in Generation 1, the only ghosts were Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar. In Generation 2, they added one more ghost, Misdreavus. And it's not even good. It's average. Later in Generation 4, it got an evolution, which is good, but until then, you just got Misdreavus. And you can only get it at the very end of the game, in the last area of the entire game. Well, the lead up to the last area of the entire game, outside Mount Silver. And Morty doesn't even use one. Morty uses nothing but the Ghastly line. No one in this gym uses anything but the Ghastly line. And that was just one of the complaints they had. They only added one new ghost. They only added one new dragon, an evolution for Seadra and Kingdra. And they created two new types, Dark and Steel, and the Steel types, they made Magnemite and Magneton into Steel, and they added, I think just two. Just, Scizor, which is a great Pokemon. Oh, did he say? We only use... Oh, excuse me. Does this guy give you the hint? I forget who gives you the hint. The trainer here has secret motives. If they win, they may tell you some deep secrets. That's cryptic. Anyway, the way you... The secret here, like if I walk here, I fall and you come back. I don't know how you wind up back here, but you need to stay in their line of sight. Now, what they don't tell you is you also need to walk up like this. If you just stayed in this guy's line of sight and kept walking, you'd fall off there. You need to walk along their paths up to one spot in front of the next trainer and then walk up to them. Did she tell you the secret? Stumped by our invisible floor, defeat me if you want a hint. So she's the one who tells you, but you already have to fumble your way on the floor just to get to. Ah! This is probably my favorite trainer class of the old ones. This and the equivalent in Generation 1, they just look completely insane. Medium Grace. You know, she's a medium, but she's coming at me at high energy. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. Right, criticizing my favorite generation. That's what I was doing. The Steelix is a good Pokemon. Oh, Steelix was the other one. The Scizor is a good Pokemon. Great defensive typing. Can't get it without a trade, and you can't get the item you need to get it outside of getting really lucky using Thief on Wild Magnemites. Until after you beat the Elite Four, so you can't get that for a long time. Steelix, another cool Pokemon, but again, can't get it until you get the item, because both of them evolve by trade. Steelix evolves from Onyx. So they only added 2 of those, and on top of that, there's only 3 steel attacks. Right? Yeah, I think there's only 3 steel attacks. Metal Claw, which very few Pokemon learn. Steel Wing, which basically every Pokemon that has wings can learn. And Skarmory. Skarmory was the other steel Pokemon. I forgot about Skarmory. Skarmory is probably the best of the bunch. Competitively, it was one of the most common Pokemon for, I think, several generations. I shall tell you the secret of the invisible floors. The path is right before our eyes. No, it isn't. Yeah, so Scar and Iron Tail is the last one, which is a strong attack, but it's very inaccurate, so it's just almost never worth it. I will be teaching it to my, I believe I've planned out to teach it to my Flareon, because it has such a high attack power. So yeah, they only added, so there's 5 steel Pokemon, 2 of which were old. And you can't even get, oh god, I just brain farted. You can't even get Skarmory in Gold version. It's a Crystal exclusive. Not Crystal exclusive, it's a Silver exclusive. Kenya's trying to learn Pursuit. Oh, that's pretty useful. Pursuit will be super effective against these ghosts, but my attack power is higher than my special attack, and their special defense is higher than their defense, so it's probably still not really worth it. See, this guy's name is Jeffrey. Not very sagey. Sage Jeff. My name is Jeff. Alright, so Steel didn't have a lot added to it. Dark had more Pokemon. They didn't turn any old Pokemon, like they didn't add Dark to them like they did with Steel and the Magnemite line. But they did turn Bite into a Dark attack. So let me see here. Let me try Pursuing and see how much that does. Oh, and it just cursed itself. Alright, so Kenya's getting swapped. But yeah, the dark Pokemon you can get are Sneasel, which is like a decent Pokemon in theory. It's got a pretty good attack power and a very high speed, but it's got a very low special attack power, and its types are Dark and Ice, both of which are special types. So it cannot utilize its own stats. In the newer games, this gym is a lot harder because the Ghastly line has Levitate, which makes it immune to ground attacks. And also being part poison, it's weak to ground. So this is the last of the gyms that you can just totally steamroll with a Geodude, because it learns Magnitude, and you can just Magnitude all of them. But what was I saying? Dark types. So Sneasel, decent stats, at least. Well, its defense is also atrocious, so it's very weak. Defensively, its typing is terrible. Offensively, its typing is good, but it can't make use of it in this game until the physical and special split in Generation 4. Alright, I'm gonna go heal. Do I even need to heal? I don't even need to heal. Everyone's at full health. I mean, Kenya has a couple moves used, but I can't remember if he leads off with a Gengar. I don't think he does, so I think I'm safe starting with Kenya. I want to use Stevie on the Gengars because they're stronger. I think he goes I believe he goes Haunter Gengar, or Ghastly Gengar, Haunter Gengar. But yeah, I don't think he starts with it. Yeah, so Sneasel, not great. Houndour and Houndoom are probably the best of the dark Pokemon they made, because they actually have a good special attack power, which both Dark and Fire are. Yeah, he's got 4 Pokemon, okay. Okay, so he's got a Ghastly, a Haunter, and 2 Gengars. But unfortunately there we go. Yeah, unfortunately with Houndour, you can't get it until the post-game, which really sucks, because it's a good Pokemon. It's a really cool Pokemon. It learns Crunch naturally, it learns Flamethrower naturally, it evolves at a low level, it's got good stats. Alright, I'm swapping out because I got Cursed. But yeah, you get it. You actually get it and one of the other new dark Pokemon, Murkrow, right outside of Celadon City. Celadon City? God, I'm forgetting which towns are which. Yeah, Celadon City. The one where you fight Erica. Which isn't until after the Elite Four, and even then, it's not available immediately. Or is it? No, you can, no, actually, yeah. You can go straight to it, basically, but you need to beat the Elite Four to get it. And Murkrow, similar to Mr. Voss, it's not very good. Later on, it got an evolution that made it better, but it's not great. And, ooh, look. Luckily, that wears off if it dies, so I can still send out Kenya. Actually, now I can't remember. He might only have 1 Gengar and 2 Hunters. Well, we'll find out. Ooh. Unexpected. Ooh. He's gonna use Dream Eater. That's not good. Do I have an Awakening? Yes, I do. Okay, that's my first item use. That is worth it. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any more dark Pokemon. Oh, Umbreon, obviously. Umbreon. Which, as we talked about, defensively, great. And then in competitive battling, it has its uses. But for going in the game, through the game, not very good. It has virtually 0 offense. Your best bet with it is to stall with Toxic, basically. But at that point, you might as well just send out another Pokemon and kill something with it. I've never liked stallers that much. They're very annoying, and you know, if I was planning out a competitive team, I've done like the online Smogon a little bit, and similar to how I play. Ooh, now it can actually damage me. Similar to how I play the game for real, I like to just smash through my opponents, which doesn't always work when you're playing competitively, but the stalling, it's just annoying, and I'd been on the other end of it too many times. Like in the first game, Wrap was such a good move because you could just keep using it, and from this generation on, when you get hit with Wrap, okay, now I can level up Kenya to level 50. That's probably the best TM I'm gonna get. That's Shadow Ball. Kenya, no, not Kenya. Wrap traps you in Generation 1. So you can't move, you can't switch Pokemon, you can't do anything, basically. And if you're faster than the opponent, and Wrap doesn't miss, you win. That's it. It's over. Dragonite was so good because it's fast and strong, and learns Wrap. Hey, now Rosie has something she could do. And for whatever reason, Shadow Ball, shooting a big blob of goop, is a physical attack. So that's specifically why he's learning it. She's learning it. Sorry, it's my Rosie girl. It's going to get used by Flareon's massive attack power. Base 130. Which is crazy. In fact, there's been a power creep in Pokemon. But in the older games, I believe Flareon's attack power, it's tied with... There's a couple 130s around, but the only things that are higher than Flareon's attack power are Chansey's HP, which is like 250 or 255 or something like that. It's ridiculous. Electro's speed, which I believe is 140 or 150. I think it's 140. And Steelix's defense, which is 200. And Shuckle's defenses, which are both 255. Other than that, 130 is the max. Let's see, what do we want to do? I might as well switch in Rosie now and get her a couple levels. It doesn't really matter when she evolves. Like, I don't need to be in a rush. Normally when I have a Pokemon like that, I like to rush to evolve them. Oh, that's the theater. I think one of these houses gives me the item finder, and if it's not that one, it's got to be this one. Normally, I like to evolve right away. An adventure with your Pokemon. What an adventure without shit. Yeah, this guy gives it to me. But Flareon is already past we're already past the level where Flareon would learn Ember. It's like level 16 or 17. And unlike in later games, there's no move relearner in this. So Eevee will just never learn Ember unless if I were to breed for a new Eevee. Which I'm not going to do, because, well, I would have to catch something that I could breed with Eevee, and then Eevee, I would just have to leave it in the daycare forever. Which I'm not going to do. And I'm not going to learn... Flareon was not going to learn anything useful for quite a while. I believe the next thing it would learn is, well, it'll learn Bite at level 30. That one I do know is level 30. But so does Eevee, so that's not a big deal. And then it'll learn Flamethrower much later on, so there's really no rush. Whenever it evolves, it'll be better, because it'll get a massive attack power boost. Oh, and I did look it up with Eevee's stats. Its special defense is, in fact, its highest stat, which explains that. And I can't use Shadow Ball on this Noctowl, so I'm going to switch back out to Stevie. Yeah. So, no real rush. I deleted all of... Basically, I deleted all my, my contacts there, specifically so I can get the Firestone quicker. Whenever I get it, I get it. I could run around, and there is another trick I could do, which maybe I'll try that in the next session here, where you can go back to your mom in New Barktown and repeatedly switch back and forth the daylight savings time, which kind of tricks the game into thinking that time is passing, and you can force a phone call that way. In fact, you know what? I think I will do that. Well, you know what? I'm close enough to my house here. I might as well go do that. Well, I'll do that off camera between the episodes. It's not interesting content. So just know I'm not cheating. It's all in the game. It's all fine. It's not a glitch. It's an exploit. That's fine. Not putting in any codes. I'm not using any codes. Just doing what's already available in the game. Just like if I was speedrunning, which I'm not, because I stink at games. See, what pisses me off here... Slam is one of the worst attacks in the game. What pisses me off here, Shadow Ball, which is Ghost type, so it's physical. As you just saw, it can lower the opponent's special defense. So they clearly wanted it to be a special attack. Maybe it was originally planned to be a dark attack, and they just... They messed it up, or they created it as a dark attack and then changed their minds later and went, oh, wait, we actually don't have any good ghost attacks, let's create one. And then just forgot. Like, it's clearly a special attack. It's a ball of, like, ectoplasm or something. Like, here, what does the move description say? Okay, it just says may lower special defense. You're shooting a ball of goop. It's not physical. In the later games, it still does reduce special defense, and it is a special attack, so that makes sense. And then, I believe in this one, Crunch also reduces special defense, I think. Which for that one, it at least makes sense, but in the later games, they switched it so it reduces defense. Because it became physical, because it's a bite. Even though Dark is a special type in these older games. I might be wrong, though. It might also be busted and reduce physical defense. They might have just swapped it entirely or screwed... Whatever they did, they screwed something up. So I just got growled, so my Shadow Ball got weaker. Yeah. I'm gonna destroy you, Sleepy Sheep. Sleepy Sheep. Oh, God. Flaffy. The Mareep line is really good. In fact, it's not in Crystal, which is unfortunate. Basically, anyone who's playing this game and wants to use the best Pokemon, they're always going to have an Ampharos on their team. It's a really good electric Pokemon. It's slow, but it's strong. Alright, my attack was lowered too much, so I'm sending out Sparky. Later on, it gets a Mega Evolution, which makes it Dragon type, which is interesting. Not sure why. Some of the typings in these games is a little weird. They seem to really like randomly throwing Dragon type onto something. Like Mega Pidgeot also became Dragon type, which is weird. But there's a couple examples where types seem a little strange. The normal type especially seems the weirdest to me because they seem to kind of just throw it on any Pokemon where they... It's like... Basically, any Pokemon that's, like, brown. Anything with neutral colors, they make it normal type if it's not ground. Like, why are these birds... Like, Doduo. Doduo is one of it. Why is it flying and normal? It doesn't make any sense. Like, Eevee's normal. Later on, they changed a lot of them from normal type... Well, not a lot of them, some of them. Like, they changed a bunch of the normal types into fairy types when they added the fairy type. Ooh. Like Clefairy and Snubble and, Clefairy, Snubble, Jigglypuff, they all became fairy types. As Marill switched from just water to water, and... I'm gonna switch out. Ooh, shit, it might know Pursuit. It's a risk I've gotta take. I'm not doing a Nuzlocke anyway, so it's fine. Okay, it doesn't. Pursuit, if it did know it and used it, would not only attack me before I switched out, but would do double damage, because that's what Pursuit does. Pursuit is pretty useless when you're not playing competitively. It sucks against you if the opponent knows it, but the computer-controlled trainers will virtually never switch their Pokemon. There's very few examples where a trainer will actually do it, and I don't remember if there's specific examples that'll switch out when their Pokemon get weak, or if... Because most trainers, like, if... I'm babbling here. Like, when a trainer's... If you're, like, strong enough... If you're, like, right here... God, I'm really babbling. This is ridiculous. I'm really struggling to say this. If you get a trainer's Pokemon down low and it has, like, something that's... Like, if this guy had a ground-type Pokemon that he could have switched to, and I got his flying Pokemon weak, I still don't think he would have switched. I think it's, like, specific trainers will sometimes switch, and I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to it or if it's just random. Oh, this trainer has grass Pokemon, so let's switch to Kenya. Yeah. Yeah, so Pursuit is a really good move competitively because it's an increased priority move like Quick Attack is, and it'll hurt a Pokemon that's switching out, and it deals double damage on the switch. And switching out is a massive part of the competitive metagame. Like, you don't just tough it out. Like, if the Pokemon that you sent out is weak against the opponent for the most part. You switch out, you try and predict what they're going to do, and then they also have to predict, are you going to stick this out? Are you going to switch to something that resists this? So do I have something to cover it? Like, so I'm using Peck there. They might want to switch to something that resists Peck, so I would want to have something that would be super effective against stuff that would resist Peck. Like, say they switch to a Rock-type Pokemon. I would want something that was strong against Rock types to predict the switch. Now, I think Fearo's a bad example. Fearo can learn Steel Wing, which is not a very strong attack, but it is good for the Rock coverage. But you do a lot of switching in it. So having Pursuit, when you predict that they're going to switch, you use Pursuit, and it damages the original Pokemon. So now they're switching out as if you had attacked them anyway, and it takes double damage. So that's pretty strong. All right. So off camera, I'm going to go try and finagle my way into a Firestone, but I'll pick up next time. I'll come right back here, hopefully with a Flareon. If it takes too long, then not with a Flareon. But either way, I'll see you next time. Peace out.